Hello everyone, and welcome to another talk here. So we're going to work with a transcription of Joe Pass. This is from, let me check on this. This is from Joe Pass Virtuoso number 2. So we're looking at a transcription. Now this is falling under practice ideas and concepts. So we're trying to kind of find some takeaways and some things that we can kind of do and work on to take into our practice session and stuff. So that's kind of the overarching theme, I guess you could say. All right, so let's start out. So we have C69. So notice the intervals here. They're all stacked fourths. Okay, then we get the melody, and this is sort of an interesting thing that you can do. You can try this on piano. It's you can take it really pretty far on piano, but take the root of a major chord and you just start going down by fourths, right? You can keep going on and on. Let's say until you get to maybe the sharp 11. And so you get this, rather than kind of thirds, you have these fourths. All right, then it goes on and plays, and notice that it's rootless. Well, I guess not rootless because it has the root in the melody, but it's not playing a root in the bass there. Okay, and then we get a little bit of the melody, and then he does play a low C there. Okay, and then he plays melody here, and then he starts moving into we're still kind of thinking C minor, but he's just kind of creating some movement. So these are all, well, maybe not all, but well, they're inversions of some chords. So we say, okay, well, C minor, but we just kind of take this kind of out of context there. An E flat first inversion, F in first inversion, E flat second inversion, and an F, and it's kind of working way back down. So those are some things that you can do when you're on a particular chord and it's going on for a while. Create a little bit of motion, so there's just kind of a little back and forth there. Okay. All right, and then it goes up here to D69. Okay, and then we've got a run. I don't think I'm even gonna really try to play it, but let's see what we got here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to D flat, 6/9. Okay, and he's gonna play on that. Okay, 4th fret again. So here we have a little more of a dominant 7, D flat dominant 7. So that's kind of setting up our C major again. So overall, you know, the harmony started on C, and then we went up a whole step, and then down a half step, and now we're heading back down to C again. Okay, and then we start moving around here, so we get a lot of rapid changes. So let's evaluate what's going on there. So everything's kind of C, but we're moving through. Let's see what we have. We have B flat, or we have F. So we're going to the circle of fifths. So we have F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and then a half step down to C. All right. So it's a really nice effect and creates some motion for us. So it's third position here. So it has a nice aural effect to it. Okay, and then we have a little walk down here. So here we have an interval of a minor 7. Let's create a little motion going to the E7. Get E7 sharp 9. Okay, and then we have A7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Okay, now these tones could say are coming out of that same A7, and we're setting up D minor. So we have a C moving down, 5 of 5, and then we're going to the 5. We get to the 5, and then we get to the 2 chord. Right. Okay. Okay, let's check out what we have there. So we have D minor 11. So we came across this voicing yesterday when we were working on chord voicings. So this we might think of as kind of an embedded 5 chord for just a moment. Okay, just that little pair there. And then it goes back to the D minor. Okay, and then we've talked about this chord a little bit. So we have the G13 flat 9. Okay, and then we get the G. This ends up being the same kind of voicing we had a minute ago. So we have the sharp 5 and the sharp 9. And then we go into, okay. So that's kind of interesting, right? Because it's sort of G, what is notated as C major 9. So you could sort of see that as being the case. Let's check out this run here. Okay, so kind of right out of our key, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Okay, but really only 6, right? Because we have the octave there. Okay, slur. So chromatic. And I was doing a little listening to this, and I was happy to find that this transcription it's got some of the articulations in there. Okay, so measure of 3 there. We have F minor. Okay, so we have, okay, and then we have E diminished. Okay, what's the context here? What is going on? Well, if you have, chord, it could be really could be minor or major or even dominant. That half step below it, it's going to be closely related to the dominant 5 of whatever we're looking at. So we're looking at F minor, so C7. So that E diminished is going to be related to a C7 flat 9. Okay, we get back to the F minor. Okay, and then we get, okay, very similar to what we just had moments ago. Okay, and then we get E flat. So this all makes sense, based on what we talked a little bit about yesterday as well. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty common thing. What we're going to find with his style, and the spirit time period in general. Okay, single line runs. Okay, we have slurs here, slides. Let's check out a little bit of what may be going on here. So we have I have a slide from 8 to 9. Okay, so that's sort of a little cell, you might say, of something. Okay. And then we get, so it's encircling, right? So we see we have 8 to 9 there on string 3. Plays at a higher note. Slide. Okay, and then he's going to encircle the 6th fret. Gonna encircle the 5. Encircle the 4. Okay, and then from there. All right, so let's see about those notes that it's kind of targeting or aiming at there. Okay, so we have 6, and then 5, 4. Okay, so end up on 7, 6, 5, 4. So there's a little kind of embedded chromatic thing happening there. So let's move on. I think that's really worth spending some time with, and I like how that's kind of played there. Okay, and then we're working. So we get some really pretty big intervals, right? So we have these smaller intervals, quicker passages here. We're really moving up really rapidly there. Okay, we get that C6-9 sound again. Okay, so pretty similar to before. Okay, that makes sense. Get some really kind of quick runs here, some slides. Let's see if we go. Oh, here we go. All right, and we get here into D9. Okay, moving into okay, so that's a really cool voicing there, right? So we have the sound here, D9. Okay, we get So that get a minor, major 9, right? So if we put that over A, okay, those are usually kind of mysterious sort of sounds. Kind of goes back to it. Okay. So think about how this might work a little bit. We get a little bit of a line here. So we get this note. So I get a little bit of a line heading back. Don't really get this note, but get a little kind of inner movement there, or on the kind of middle voice. All right, so we go up. So he's doing something really very similar. Sounds like on the A flat. So that's a way that you can, create interest and pull things along, a little delay things a little bit. And also to kind of consider the progression here of the 9 to flat 2. So 2, flat 2 going to C. So we get that sort of motion. All right. So if he plays kind of similar things a half step down, it kind of just naturally is going to progress into the C. All right, and here I think we're going to get something pretty similar to what we had before. Okay, this time it goes like this. Okay, so again we get circle of fifths. C, F, B flat, E flat, D flat, okay, A flat, G major, D flat 7, actually sharp 9, there we go, and then to C. Okay. Again, A7, 5 of the 2 here. It's a very similar thing that he did before. So we've got sort of like embedded little 5 chord there for just a moment. Okay, E major, and then play this way up here. Let's see, how's he even going to play that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're up here in 11th position, and we're getting this E7. So let's spell this out. So we get root, 3rd, flat 7, sharp 9, flat 13, and then the root. Okay, so that's nice. Diminished, A minor 7, 7 and 5. Okay, that's nice. A little motion going in 2 different directions. Kind of get this counterpoint happening. So we have this. I'm gonna actually just follow. I'm not going to introduce this 3rd note. I just want us to kind of hear these 2 lines here for a moment. I'll start by playing the lower line. So we have so chromatic there. All right, and then we get a C. Okay, so we get this other line. Okay, let's see if we can hear those together. So we get. he introduces this other note in there as well. So it starts out like this. All right, so that's really nice. Okay, we have E minor 11. Okay, we've talked a little bit about this, not too distant past. So can connect the 11 over into the third of the minor chord. So it's sort of like kind of an avoid note, you might say. And if you're just gonna land on the major third in a minor chord, but as a passing tone, it kind of works. So that's what's happening here. Okay, and then we get G major 7. Okay, so there he's going to go into a solo, but that's kind of the idea there. So some really great moments in there. So take a listen to the recording from Joe Pass Virtuoso number 2, and this is another thing, about practicing and studying and playing is we can gain different benefits from doing different activities, So, like say for example, playing this note for note with all the rhythms and everything would be really good for the technique and playing clean and doing all the mechanics and articulation and dynamics. But also, just even if you don't intend to do that, there's a lot to be gained from studying and saying, oh, what's he doing here? With like for example, what progression is he placing in there? How's that working, right? Or what note choices does he make? And single lines or voicings, and where are they coming from? So you might just take a general sense of it and concept, right? Rather than playing it kind of note for note, taking some concepts out and adjusting it to your own taste and interests and all that. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for checking this out. Maybe I'll do a little playing here. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.